Hi there. Welcome back to Be Your Ray. I hope you're doing well. And for today's episode, I just want to share my state of mind currently, which is not so great at the moment. And yeah, it's just one of those days when I'm feeling kind of weak internally, and it might not be visible, sorry. You might not feel that through my voice. But I have my MBA results coming up next week, and I've had like this wonderful vacation time just to myself, recording these episodes. Yeah, I wanted to get all of it done before college starts. Like, I have stuff to post on for at least next 4 months consistently because I have no idea how busy things would get, or yeah, if I'll be able to bet on my personal brand journey. So I do not want to take any chance. I am still gonna try to create more stuff in the next 1 to 2 months so that I have enough consistency in place. And I hope this chain that I've created for myself that makes me happy and keeps me grounded is not broken. But yeah, anyway, I wouldn't like I you can see the anxiety showing up, but I was saying I would have very well chosen not to record this particular state that I am in and only share the good parts when I am thriving, when I look forward to recording, reading, meditating, things like that. And there are days when I still feel low. There are days when I, no matter how much work I've done on myself, it is still an ongoing journey, and I am still learning with time. But I've always had an anxious relationship with exams in general because I never really vibed with it. Even this entrance exam I only gave because I knew I did not want to take up a mediocre job and work for extra long hours doing something that does not excite me. And with college, it's a lot more relaxed because you get to attend lectures, and yeah, there is some hectic stuff going on there as well. But I feel it with job, it's a lot more worse. So yeah, anyway, there you are responsible for getting specific set of tasks done, no matter how you feel. You can't skip a day that easily. So yeah, it was. So honestly speaking, I never thought I would have to go to college again. It was my worst nightmare. And after I graduated, I really had to convince my parents so hard to not let me go to college. And yeah, things really went downhill quickly. I could not handle being alone and being accountable for everything that I had to do. I left my job within 3 to 4 months. And even apart from that, everyone was fired from that job because the company that I was working with did not have enough clients, and it was mainly like like a content agency. So yeah, that was not possible. I took up some freelance projects as well, but those weren't retainers, so it was mainly on contract basis. So I knew I did not have any, what do you call, surplus income. So yeah, but I just thought that somehow, in some way, I will make things work and I will never go to college. Like a part of me was so convinced that I would never have to face that situation again because if you've heard my previous episodes, you know how much I hate that experience. But I also know that I am not at the stage of life where I can fully take responsibility of every single part of my life. Like I can do thoda thoda, one step, one at a time. I am focused on my meditation course and I've just started focusing on building my personal brand once again ever since I stopped when I started working, sorry, freelancing. So yeah, there has been a huge gap with the habits that I wanted to have in my life, and I couldn't keep working for what isn't aligned with me and also find the motivation to do that all by myself. Like, if I had to go in an office environment, maybe things would have been different. Maybe I wouldn't have to go to college today, but yeah, I was mostly working with foreign clients because Indian clients don't pay as much, and it's not possible for me to work with them in the state that they're living in. So, yeah, if I, that's the thing, I wanted to be paid well. So, the only way for me to do that practically in while working less hours was working remotely. But oh my God, working remotely is not fun, you guys. It is, yeah, just have someone who can accompany you through that process or do the kind of work that you really, really, really love doing. And just don't let yourself be isolated in any case. Because, I mean, even when I was in college, I was doing this whole freelancing thing, but I wasn't alone for even a second. Like, after coming from college, I had my parents at home. So I did not know what it felt like 10 hours of being all by yourself. And of course, it has forced me to come to terms with the unhealthy parts of me, which still need work and which still need acceptance that I need help. I'm not fully there. I have so much to still work on, and I'm not as strong that as I believe or as I think myself to be. So, sure, there are certain areas where I am progressing, but there are also some where I need some kind of authority in my life to keep going. So, yeah, I had to give an answer to my parents by uh, end of those 7, 8 months after I graduated, like a life review of where things are going and what they can expect out of me. And I had asked them for 2 years for me to be able to be financially stable. But yeah, I never knew that some months down the line, I'll just end up feeling hostile about myself, my work, my environment, everything. So I had to make a choice. And of course, there's a lot that went behind it. I tried looking up for as many better options as possible. But at the end, I had to choose something that brings a shift in my environment, helps me connect with real people, and brings a routine or structure to my life. Because no matter how much I hate colleges, the only thing that I love is the library, the one place that I spent a lot of time. doing whatever I wish to on the internet, focusing on skill building. Second is the people that you meet. I think college has been an enriching experience only because of that aspect. And if I had to go through all of it again just to meet my friends who live in all different cities now, I would do it wholeheartedly. And yeah, I genuinely miss all of it. And if I can experience something similar, I don't mind it as much. What I do not enjoy is spending more than 4 hours of 4 hours of my day at college, but I guess I don't have the luxury to choose that anymore. My bank account isn't helping me with that. So yeah, but we're not gonna give up, even if I've always said that even if you are following something conventional, be it going to college or having a job, you have to do it because you don't find anything better, but just the awareness that this is not the end all and be all of life, and knowing what you want to gain out of college. For me, it will always be the experiences, the people, the little learnings, the time I spent in the library, the small pockets of joy. Those will be what I gain out of it. Education, I don't really think it will help me with that. So I need to prepare for that by myself. So I am going to make sure that on the side, I keep advancing in my meditation course and the journey that I've taken on. I keep posting audios on YouTube, also get back on LinkedIn like I did before, connect with more people, grow my brand, and yeah, just never stop learning. And the process, the effort is all that is in my control. So that's what I'm counting on. And it is also the reason why I was able to say yes to going to college again, because I knew I hadn't done enough on my part to be able to confidently say no to college and experiment with the ideas that I have in my mind. So, this will be a nice breeding ground for me to experiment and try it out safely without the pressure of making money out of it every 2 months from my parents. So, there's that. And yeah, I've spent so much time trying to justify making money from a resource. And I've seen every possible way that you can make it, and none of it seems sustainable to me. Like would have to put a gun on my head to make me work every single day. It's that bad. So yeah, I literally have to think and create my own ways to generate that, because otherwise I know I'll be at the gunpoint for the rest of my life, and that is not something I would want. And it's also the reason why I started sharing about my journey while I'm broke, while I have no idea how this is all going to pan out, but only with the belief that I am able to do this consistently. That one thing is in my control. I like doing this. I can see myself continuing to do this. So I need to give it an honest try. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you might be in the similar position. And if I can push someone to start their own channel, nothing like it. Like, yeah, please open independent ways for expressing yourself and creating a better future for yourself and connecting with people on a meaningful, deep manner. That's all that life is all about in the end. I also wanted to touch upon this concept of heart to heart service and something I genuinely want to reciprocate in my life. So, whenever we look at money, it's like this thing that we are chasing. But what if our skills and our ideas pull people towards us? It's not like chasing something and pushing someone to pay, but them being attracted to you by the virtue of your work and the kind of person you are, the kind of value you bring to the table. And I was just watching this video by Sandeep Maheshwari where he goes like, if someone pays you 1 rupees, you need to be able to give them 10x the value in return. And you need to keep asking yourself, how can you serve them? People only think about how can I get more from this person and how much I can earn, but no one really asks like, how can I serve my customer better? What do they want? Why do they keep coming back? Why should they trust you in the first place? What can you do to make their life easier, happier, wealthier, all of those things? And if once we start thinking about our customer as humans who have actual problems and not commodities that need to be fooled and minted money from, things would be a lot more easier. I don't like using money as a term in general. Like, I call it as value exchange because at the end, money is just representative of the value that has been exchanged between two people. And once you realize that what you gain out of that exchange is directly proportional to the value you bring to the table, it gets a lot more beautiful in nature. And for me, the biggest value would be to see someone getting transformed through my work or finding a part of themselves or being really touched through our interactions. So, yeah, which is why I like to call it heart to heart service. Like, it's literally, I want to hit that spot of your life. And if I can do that, I think that's a win already. And money shouldn't be a problem. And I can only say that right now because I know I have 2 years to experiment to live my passion out as fully as I can and be as present as I can be. I don't know what is in the store 2 years later, and I don't want to plan too much about it because every single time I've tried to plan something, it always turns out to be like life always has a different plan. You can't keep up with it. So instead of living in the future, I would like to make the most out of my present. And it has been a long journey of reminding that to myself because I was always this control freak who wanted things to go a certain way and know that I will be okay. I cannot leave any spots for mistakes to happen. And that kind of thinking is not just tiring, but filled with insecurities, fear, and lack of belief in what you can do. So, yeah, as much as it is scary for me, and no matter how much uncertainty is attached to it, I know I'm creating out of a place of love and is all heart. And if I can spend 1 to 2 years working for someone, not feeling like I'm coming from a place of joy and love and excitement and all of those positive feelings, I can at least give another 2 years solely to connect with myself once again, spiritually and materially. So, this is my first time trying it out. Like during my graduate college years, I I was still very new, like I had no idea, and it was like walking on eggshells. But now I am a lot more chill, which sounds a bit counterintuitive to how this audio started. But comparatively, I'm comparing it to like 3 years ago, Wala version of me. And yeah, I feel like I've seen a few things by this point, and I don't want to repeat those mistakes again. So it's only fair that I give myself the chance to experiment, fail, succeed, whatever it is, we shall see. And we shall keep documenting this whole journey. But coming back to the initial topic, I am quite, it is unsettling to wait for your results and that determining how the next 2 years of your life would look like. But even then, I know I'm going to make the most out of it and only focus on things that are beneficial to me. I've been trained to do that already, so I should be fine. I'm only reminding myself of all the good moments that I've had that I will be able to experience because of this new phase of life. And it's also like the last lap of my academic journey. So there's no way that I'll make friends again and meet people in this capacity. It'll always be on work terms going forward. So yeah, that is kind of exciting. So I'm trying to cling on to the nice parts and hope it all works out for the best. But of course, that is within my hands, and it's my responsibility to make the right choices this time around. I don't know where I'm going with this particular audio, and I don't have any sort of takeaway for this one. Like, for the most part, I'm just sharing what I'm going through, what has helped me in my life. And that does not go to say that I'm perfect and you should listen to me and follow me in the sense that I have it all figured out. But it's more like a friendly zone where you don't know what you're doing, I don't know what you're doing. Let's get together and figure this out. And yeah, acknowledge what we feel on a regular basis instead of running away from it, accepting our flaws, accepting that there are days when we won't feel okay, accepting that we have made some mistakes in the past. But even through all of this, you are the one who's gonna flip your life. in a good way. The bad news is you are the reason why you are in the situation today. The good news is you are the reason to be in a better situation tomorrow. That did not sound right. The tenses weren't right. I'm so sorry. I'm very sleepy, but I just wanted to get out all of this from my system. So please don't mind all of that. And again, I'm way too self critical, so I tend to speak about it just so my mind does not keep interrupting again. But yeah, leaving all of that aside, it's you and it's only you. And once you know that your life revolves around you and you are not a victim of the circumstances that you find yourself in, that's already a step in the right direction. There's already scope for growth, and it might seem very difficult today. I know it does, but we're here to take very, very tiny baby steps, and little by little, we're gonna slowly but surely transform everything around us. So that's it that I wanted to share for this episode. If you've made this far, thank you so much for listening. I hope you're doing well. I think I already said that in the intro. What do I say at the end of the audio? I hope you find some value in some way or the other. Yeah, that's what I say. So, yeah, I hope you find that. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.